Hello Flight Simmers, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Wow, here we are finally in the sim for almost the first time. I'm sure you guys all struggled with the waiting time for the release. Man, what a release that has been. So messed up in many ways, but yeah, let's look forward and let's be optimistic about all the good things that are to come with the new sim, and one of them, of course, being the iniBuilds A330. We will talk more about this in just a second. So yeah, here we are. First time for me doing a flight. My game counter to this point is showing 8 hours of game time with the new sim. I have airborne exactly 0 seconds. I spent so much time waiting in the beginning, then I actually decided to wait a few more days until everything became more stable. Then I spent, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours just doing all these settings, getting the shortcuts, the keys correct, getting the throttle configs correct, and all this kind of stuff. Took me a long time as well, and here we are. So I have exactly 0 minutes of flight experience in the new sim, but of course I am doing my very best to cover this sim in a way that I can provide a flight for you guys, since I know that all of you are eager to see this, and of course I myself am super eager to test things out with the new sim. So many stuff I want to do, but of course coming, or rather focusing on airliners. Since the last couple of years, actually since I started my channel, all the time focusing on airliners. Of course we want to kick things off with an airliner as well, and therefore we are flying the iniBuilds A330, the 300 today, with the GE engines. Super happy to see that they've brought the 200 as well, and also covering both engine options, which is really nice. I think they don't cover the Pratt & Whitney engines, but again, I'm not even sure if any airline these days operates on the Pratt & Whitney, so I think it's not too relevant. And yeah, here we are, sitting in Dublin. Oof, now I accidentally already removed the covers, but it's okay. You would usually see it like this, walking up to the plane, and not necessarily with engine covers on. So yeah, looking beautiful here. Morning, 11 o'clock morning time, Dublin, and we are doing the classic route across the pond to JFK. Very much looking forward to this. We are today experiencing more or less the rare sim, so nothing installed. I have, this is the MKStudios scenery, originally for Microsoft 2020. I've just ported it, or just copied the folder to the new community folder. I think everything seems to work, at least it looks quite good. And over in New York, we're gonna check out the default Asobo scenery, which I think is pretty good actually, judging from the screenshots I've seen before. It's supposed to be really good. So yeah. That's that. We don't have any traffic today. First time I loaded into the sim, there was the default traffic, which looked absolutely terrible. I was expecting more in that regard, to be honest. But yeah, so today we don't have any traffic on top. It's just us, but I think it's okay for the first flight. And yeah, we are in the famous walk around mode. It gives us a little bit of a GTA feeling walking up to the plane, but it's cool. We actually get a sense of the size of this one. Look at this. Look at the engines. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Look at these details in here, and it's a freeway aircraft, right? So it's pretty amazing actually. Look at the dirt stains on there. Wow, this is not too bad at all. I think we can even do like inspections and stuff. How does it work? Okay, now it's green, but how do I... Okay, I don't get it. I'm sure there's a way. Oh, what I'm seeing there. A330 200. No, that's incorrect. Caught the first bug. Not a biggie. Right, yeah, beautiful aircraft. I am impressed. From what I've seen so far on other channels, it seems to work really well. So yeah, I'm very excited indeed to test out the A330 today. Quite a huge size. really cool. I'm really looking forward to do this walk around with all the planes. Now I think it changes a lot the perspective or the sort of the idea of the sizes of the different sizes of the aircrafts. Really cool. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. All right, so here we are, cold and dark today. Still a few things I need to figure out. One of them is to get rid of the first officer, really something I don't need, and also the blue click spots, also something I need to get rid of. Maybe I will use some time during the flight to research how to get rid of those stuff. Anyhow, it is looking rather nice, the flight deck. The camera turns really quick. Let's see, can we get out? Oh yeah. Getting out of... No. Can I not go further? Yeah, I can. Right, look at this. Business up front. Looking rather comfy. Would love to travel in here. And then we can also, since we are here, get up some nice wing views. Oh, come on. Can I not get any closer? Oh, that's tricky. Okay, doing it like this maybe? Checking out economy. Hello. Oh. Economy is right here, or premium echo, whatever it is. Long aircraft indeed. Just at the wing root. I want to get to the trailing edge, which is around here. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Alright, that's saved. Now, let's see. Starting from cold and dark today, we are... there's one thing I need to do. Right, let's get the flight plan from Simbrief. There we go. Shamrock 105. Now we can do... No, let's fire up first. Not fire up, but kick on the electrics. So battery 1, battery 2, APU battery, external A and B is available. Beautiful. This comes to auto, nav and logo to position 1. This goes ARM, crew supply, ground control for the recorders on. And we do the navigations, IRSs. Right, this is okay for now. Then I think for the... Since I'm actually not sure if GSX works at all, we can... Okay. That works surprisingly well. However, I am considering just to do it easy today, since I'm not sure if all the integration works. So enter 0 fuel weight of 161,490. Okay, let's go fast. 9 minutes, that's fine. Okay, and fuel. Actually, we need a bit more. We need 47.9. So we might as well go 48 or something. Like this. Okay, yeah, looking at the OFP, so what I did here, you can see 0 fuel weight not really maxed out. Takeoff weight, of course, far away from the maximum. I have planned with 30-minute extra fuel, just because I don't know how much this aircraft actually burns. In Simbrief there was not a specific config for the iniBuilds A330 with the GE engines, just a generic A330 config, so I've decided to go a little bit extra fuel just in case it burns more than we expect. Right. So we are flying the GEs. We have the current air rack. That is very good indeed. Init request. Cost index 10, flight level 360, alternate Philadelphia, alright. Second in it. 47.9. Zero fuel weight is loading up to... Oh, what have I entered now? This one, 161.5. And then we do the center of fuel rate, center of gravity, zero fuel weight, center of gravity later on. Alternate, Philly 3.3. Right. Flight plan, departure. We are departing on runway 28 right on the Pilot-E 2 There we go. Pulling this one up. There we go. So we do a very early turn. Climbing to 650 with a maximum of 210 knots. Right-hand turn to Delta Whiskey 128, also maximum 210. And Delta Whiskey 991, 4000 above. Nitil, flight level 90 below, and Pilot-E 20 below. So a bunch of constraints, which we do need to check out. And then for the arrival, we will just plan something generic for now. Approach gives me 3-1 right. Not sure if this is actually used for approaches. Anyhow, we will update it of course later on. Parch 3 coming from ini insert secondary. Oh, even secondary works. That's so cool. That is so cool. Wind update. True wind. Okay, so it is in here by default. Not too bad, not too bad. Right. Now we just need it's still going on. 20 seconds, okay. 20 seconds, that's not long to go. Seatbelts. Oh, I need to get used to these new camera features. All right, then we wanted to check. Actually, let's do performance first, and then we can check on the flight plan if we can meet all the constraints as we are supposed to. So that's done. We have a zero fuel weight, center of gravity of 30 exactly. Performance. Now we even have a performance calculator in here. That is so cool. Oh, by the way, I wanted to check. Right. 217 gusting 28. Holy cow, that's a bit windy. But it is looking okay. It's just windy, but nothing dramatic. Right, takeoff. 28 right, 2005, try, 217 outside average 10, 981. Wow, that's really, really low altimeters. Okay, I'm not sure what the B key is doing now, but it's definitely not doing anything. Oh, it's doing flaps. Why? And the spoilers, okay. Fun, fun, fun. 098 it is then. Wait, 981, even lower, 981. 1. 981, and then this one as well. Oh, that's a lot of scrolling. Okay, IRS alignments in 1 minute, that's also good. 981 is set. Wait, 208.9, that is spot on. Configure 1, air conditioning on, anti-ice off, force toggle off. Flex toga. Interesting. What if we try config 2? 38, this looks better. Config 3 even. 38 as well. Then let's go config 2. 38, 147, 149, 152. Send to FMGS. Does this actually work? Not sure. Oh, there we go. 2 up 2.8, 38, 147, 49, 152. Cool. Clean speeds, 232. Alright, now let's look at the flight plan. So we have to be first turn at 650, that is obvious. Maximum 210, we're not going to be at 210. Delta Whiskey 128, maximum 210, we're not going to be there. Delta Whiskey 991, we need to be 4000. Question is, can we make it to 4000? Okay, not sure if this actually updated, but seems like we made 4000 spot on. 4000. Oh. I think I need to do plus 4000. Right. Needs till flight level 55, so I'm not sure if we're actually gonna make the 4000, but it's hard to figure out if we actually do Pelix. Okay, then we have 2 Pelix, so we will simply go clear. Ah, they kicked one out already, that's perfect. And the routing. Okay, we have negative estimated fuel on board. I am not too much worried about this figure as of now. I know that fuel calculations are often very, very messy in freeway aircrafts, so I'm just gonna trust that we will arrive with enough fuel. Maybe we can also make good for a little bit of fuel with some step climbs. Altitude, initial climb is... there's nothing on the charts, so that's... we're flying offline anyway, let's go 360. Flight director, managed 360. Right. Let's fire up the APU. There we go. Do we have checklists in here? No, I don't think so. Okay, never mind. Then we will do without for today's flight. We'll select 1000. Standby. This is okay. Let's see if we actually get some calls. Not sure. Right. Okay, APU available. APU bleeds, external power coming off. Oh, flight control replay, no. Did not want to start that. Beacons. Jetway. Disconnecting, beautiful. Right, now I'm quite curious how this pushback is gonna work out. Mashallah moving in. Alright guys, seems like we are ready. Beacons are on.
Release parking brakes.
They are off. I believe I have some ground equipment in there.
Release parking brakes.
I think I need to do them from...
Commencing push.
Alright.
All engines clear. Start at will.
This looks better. Are we pushing? Yes, we are. Looking really nice. Right, let's fire up. Engine start, switch to start, and starting with number 1. Now I am super excited to see how these GEs feel. Since the day that Aerosoft released the A330 for P3D, I always wanted to fly the GE engines. And I actually hated that Aerosoft never implemented them. And also never implemented the 200 version of the A330, but yeah, iniBuilds managed to do exactly that, and that's a very cool thing.
Set parking brakes.
Okay, looks like a nice engine startup. I am, of course, no expert at all on the A330 or the GEs for that matter, but in terms of spool up time, I think this felt pretty realistic. Same procedure for number 2. Oh, now I forgot to look at the engine actually during startup. But
unlocking gear.
Yeah, never mind. It's gonna be fine. Oh, spoilers. Still a tiny bit of... spoilers out there. It's hard to control.
Tow truck disconnected.
Oh,
Bypass pin removed.
Flight controls, okay.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Right, GSX sounding same as always. It has been cool to see that GSX implemented an update within, I think, 1 or 2 days of the release. So GSX seems to work for the new sim, which is really cool. This guy freaks me out every time I look to the right. I will never get used to it. Oh, there I just saw a bit of an issue. PSI took a long time. It was at 0 and then it just jumped up to 60 something. Right, engine start switch back to normal. APU bleed off, APU master off. Engine anti-ice not required. This is coming to max. We have a flap 2 departure. We have a trim setting of up 2.0. That is set already. That is sweet. Weather system. And what is that? Ground control. SPRS. Interesting. was looking for the predictor wind shear. Oh, this can be locked, I assume. I don't think it's locking. Right. Quick flight control check. Full right, full left, and that's the moment of truth. Rudder full left, full right, and full up, full down. I'm saying moment of truth because I've not really checked this before, so it's always interesting to see if it actually works. Nice. These controls look nice. They do get stuck from time to time. Now it's centered. Okay. Runway turn off lights, taxi lights. This comes to auto. Let's move. Alright folks, pulling up to runway 28 right. And I have to admit, I am surprised how good the scenery looks, considering it is not officially compatible with the sim yet, but I have not seen a single bug so far. So if this is the case for all these sceneries, then it's gonna be really easy to just copy and paste them over to the new community folder. Right, so strobes coming on, landing lights coming on, takeoff lights, this is coming to TARA, TO config is checked. And now it is about to be history in the making. First ever departure in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Alright folks, take number 2 for this departure. The first one ended in fire and ashes. Crashed the aircraft approximately 1,000 feet into the air, and yeah, it turns out control settings. I hate that all the keys. I mean, there's even an option to get the previous in Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 key bindings imported into the new sim, which I selected, of course, but there's still so many stuff that's different. And turns out that my keys actually manipulated the flight controls, and that's what got us crashed within short. Never mind. Second try. Everything is set up, so theoretically we should have the same setup. And yeah, let's try. Let's try. Second departure ever in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Okay, stabilize. Don't really like how the engines are spooling up. Okay, I am fair point. Typically quite difficult to take off with parking brake set. Yeah, I don't quite like how the engines spool up, but it's gonna be fine. Max Manflex 38 SRS and runway out of thrust blue. Quick look outside. Beautiful, beautiful wing flex. Right. Yeah. Can feel the wind pushing from the left hand side. That's 100 knots. Oh yeah, that is 20 something knots of crosswind. Nose wheel getting very light already. Using a lot of runway. Very much runway. V1, rotate. Oh, it's very sensitive on the pitch. Ooh, look at this crosswind. Holy smokes. Pause of rate, gears coming up. Oh yeah, I know what's happening again. I do not know what's happening here. Okay, let's continue for now. Quickly change something in the settings. I hate that it's doing something with the controls. Like when I set up a new keyboard config, it does not save it, which is super, super annoying. It's still, what the heck? Okay, climb power. I am giving it one more try now. Rudder trim is 0. Sorry for not following. Why is it doing this? What the actual? Why does my rudders get completely messed up? I think it's as soon as I... Okay, not. Yeah, there we... Why is it... Okay, something is going on with my rudders. Autopilot, not touching the rudders right now. No, it's... What the actual heck? Okay, I think I might have found one issue. Oh, that was auto thrust. Yeah, I know that autopilot is off. Right, okay, let's do a little bit more manual flight. I just want to try it a little bit further. Yeah, we didn't make the 4000, but I think that's also due to our very messed up takeoff to this point. Okay, so seems like there was a some access on my joystick was actually assigned to the rudder, which is nonsense because I do have pedals. But now it seems to be more stable. Now it seems to be working a little bit better. And now it handles nicer as well. Yeah, this feels much better. Okay, so how do I pull it? It's like all these little things about a new sim drive me mad. I want to pull it. Doesn't work. Okay, never mind. Autopilot. Oh, guys, first departure. I'm already stressed out. I am already stressed out. Okay. Need a little trick to do it just on the standby panel. Okay. Guys, I would say there was a smooth departure, but of course that would be a proper lie. But we are airborne. We are now what appears to be traveling fairly safe towards New York. And yeah, guys, let's see how this flight works. I have no idea if we will actually make it across the pond or not, but it is fun. Look at this. Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Cool. Not a huge difference though on first impression. I have to say that. Alright, let's enjoy music and cruise mode, and yeah, I will meet you back for a hopefully controlled landing into JFK later on. Catch you later. Hello folks, welcome back. We are approaching New York JFK, and yeah, as you can see, just heading through some clouds. Also, since it's total air temperature of 7 degrees, I've kicked on the engine anti-ice. Just cool to try all these bits and details in a new aircraft. Yeah, I couldn't get rid of this bloke yet, but I read somewhere that I need to go back to the main menu and switch it off somewhere there. However, I did manage to get rid of all the blue indications on the knob, so now I have also the classic pull and push system back, which is what I'm used to, so that's much more better for me. Right, let's start with let's start with a quick flight review. So yeah, I have to admit it works rather well. Aircraft flies really well, it looks good. On this flight today I actually had to make use of time acceleration due to time constraints, which always messes up things a little bit. Fuel consumption, and the timer does not work properly on time acceleration. However, I managed to set it up in a rather realistic fashion now, so I think it should be all right. Crazy crosswind we are battling into here, so I think I can turn more towards the final approach. Yeah, but it works well. I am really happy actually that we finally have a good A330 to fly on Microsoft Flight Sim platform, especially with the GE engines, and then later on potentially also the 200, which I'm also looking forward to. So that's really cool stuff. Right, now coming into 10,000, landing lights on. Not sure if we can make it down there, probably not in time. So let's put out a bit of speed brake. Ooh, nice and slow. Love it. Yeah, this will get us there just in time. Right. Now looking at the charts quickly. So it's also here it's quite windy. Arrival, we will land runway 31 right. We have winds 328, which is it's the peak wind, but it's still quite windy. So it's 310 and 15, gusting 24. So quite windy. We are flying departure 3, but of course very far progressed. We left Rover on heading now, and now we are setting up for 3-1 right. 212 is the decision altitude, climb to 1,800, then climb left to 4,000 on the LaGuardia VOR 207, so that's for the missed approach. And then we will exit probably Whiskey if we can make it, that would be the best one. And then we will actually park it up on Terminal 7, so it's going to be a very short taxi for JFK considerations. Right, and now we are looking quite good. Yeah, in terms of visuals and performance, I find it, and now that's just the impression from my first flight across Atlantic, I find all the visuals to be very close to Microsoft Flight Sim 2020. Clouds are a little bit better. We have some cirrus clouds up there, although I'm not super happy with the looks of those, to be honest. Water looks nice, but also comparable to the previous sim, and also the terrain. As of now, I don't see a major difference. But to be fair, we kind of knew that that it's for the purpose of IFR flying, it's not gonna be a whole lot of changes. Actually, I think majority of the changes you will see for VFR flying, of course, with the terrain and fauna and flora and all this kind of stuff being changed. So yeah, that's what we are in for so far with the new sim, but of course it works smooth. FPS right now are okay, or have been okay for a majority of the time. And now I'm curious heading into JFK, and this is once again just a blank sim, right? So there's no scenery whatsoever we are seeing here at this airport, and also there's no AI traffic, so it's just a blank sim. Therefore I do expect it to perform well. So let's see how performance turns out to be. Right, so that's the localizer. I think we can now activate the approach phase as well. As always, the A330 comes in really slow, and I've seen this on other versions of the A330 which I've been flying. So that seems to be correct. I mean, it's not the long, we could go flap 3, but for today's purpose, flying it the very first time, I think maybe it's nice to actually go with flap full. Right, and now we can nicely slow down. Working really well so far. Let's go flaps 1, but let's look outside. This one. Yeah, still love the wing flex. They've really nailed that. And then we can already drop flap 2. Yeah, nice. Even has some sound to it. Beautiful. Right, and now we can keep speed at 170 at least for a bit longer. Right, yeah, since we don't have checklists today, let's turn on those. Taxi lights, this is all looking good. Yeah, flight control replay, so this is now embedded in the sim. And this is potentially a really cool thing if it works good, right? So never know. Never know if these tools, and I've never tried this before, so let's just go record. Recording. Oh man, I hope I didn't mess up anything now. I hope I can just close it and pull it up later. Okay. Anyhow, not sure if you guys will see a a recording today, but yeah, let's hope it works. Right. Yeah. So terrain-wise, again, I don't think it's a major difference to the previous sim. Level of detail seems to be quite low at this point, which is okay. Flying into New York, of course, very busy scenery, so let's see. Alright, 2000. Gear down, manage speed, flap 3. Forward altitude 4000 is set. And flaps full. Yeah, not gonna wait for Kevin. Not sure if they will come around. Can we give them a call actually? Right, so let's call this landing no blue. Landing checklist completed. And now, let's try, guys. First ever landing in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I am a little bit nervous, to be honest. There's exactly one building loading in. Yeah, okay. Admittedly, this would look a lot nicer, tuning up the level of detail a little bit. Now having 45 FPS, which is totally fine flying into JFK. I mean, we could try. Let's try. There's New York. Oh yeah. FPS. Oh, it's actually rather stable. Still 40 FPS, 37. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad actually. Happy with that. Yeah, this looks a lot nicer. Oh, drifting off center line. Yeah, so it feels like an A330. Feels very much like the one from Aerosoft back in the old sim, and then also the Headwind A330 Neo, and it's because the A330 feels heavy. It feels very, very heavy on the controls. It's a little bit bumpy, isn't it?
300 above.
Okay, these turbulence are really strange.
200.
That feels a little bit strange.
Minimum.
Continue. I don't see parpies. That's a little bit annoying.
100.
Airport looks a little bit blank from up here.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, interesting. Wow, why were it braking like that? Okay. Not entirely sure what happened there, but this was really, really strange. Did we break something? Alright, so that was really strange. I did not like the feeling of that at all. Not sure. Maybe the FPS were actually coming down too much, so the aircraft bugged out a little bit. Let's see, I actually want to go a little bit further. Whiskey Whiskey would be perfect. Yeah, so this did not feel great. I need to try this on another landing with the A330. Maybe it was a one-off, I don't know. Hard to tell by now. Since it's a very short taxi in, I'm gonna kick on the APU. And this is Victor. Where's Whiskey Whiskey? Is it not implemented in the scenery? Wow, seems like it's not in here. That is rather frustrating. Alright guys, so let me know if you have tried the A330 already, let me know what you think about it. Again, maybe it's just a one-off that it sort of bugged out at this time, but yeah, curious what you think about this aircraft. Okay, in terms of stands, we're looking for Terminal 7. Let's see if GSX works here. Terminal 7, stand 5. Alaska. Should be just over there. Yeah, that is just straight ahead. Okay, stand 5. Alright. Strobes, turn off landing lights, taxi lights off, APUs available, that's really good. Transponder standby, weather and predictive wind shears off. Yeah, but the airport itself looks really good. Here on the apron it looks good, to be honest. On the runway, like approaching the airport, did not look good. Looked way too blank, no visual references for the landing and stuff like this. So, okay, and GSX config seems to be off as well, but that's okay. That is, I think I have an old config installed, so we should not put too much value on that. Okay, let's leave it here. Parking brake. Shutting down 1 and 2. APU bleeds. Fuel pumps coming off. Beacons, seatbelts, those to auto. Alright. We have made it.
The boarding requested.
Jetway is working. Nice. Alright folks, here we are. Welcome to JFK, first ever landing, or first ever flight actually, in the new sim, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Volanta is giving me 244 feet per minute touchdown rate. It felt more like 2000 feet per minute, I don't know. The landing felt really weird. But still, I think this aircraft has a lot of potential. It is already pretty good. Knowing iniBuilds, they probably push some updates in the future as well, and I'm gonna definitely give it more tries, especially with the 200 version as well. Very much looking forward to fly that one. And yeah, as I've mentioned in the beginning, today we're just seeing a blank sim, right? So I have not really gotten the grasp of the new sim yet. There's surely lots of settings and tweaks to be applied and add-ons to be installed, which all make the sim even better. But yeah, for a blank sim, of course, this is very promising, and I'm very much looking forward to try all the different things in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new sim, about the release, about the A330, about everything that has been happening lately. There is so much stuff going on. It's insane. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your continued support, and yeah, let me know what you want to see going forward. I will try to make it happen, and I will catch you on the next flight. Take care. Bye bye.